I don't know what I believe, but I know this. When I was at my lowest, when my days were darkest, I prayed, I went to church, I read Bible verses. Why? I'm not sure, but I needed something to lean on. Do I go to church every week? No. Do I consider myself to be a religious person? Not necessarily. But people need something to believe in. I needed something to believe in. The depths of my spirituality may only extend to a dozen or so church services, silent prayers, and picking out random Bible verses. That might not seem like much, but for me, those moments have been unbelievably helpful. I still go to church when I'm feeling down and reread certain verses when I need inspiration. Verses I readily admit I don't fully understand, but maybe that's the point. Maybe they speak to people in different ways, ways that those who read them need to be spoken to. 1 Corinthians 13. I don't know if I'm writing that correctly, but it's my favorite. I could see myself getting this tattooed on my body. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Philippians 4:8. To me, at least, this verse speaks of positive thinking. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. And Romans 12:12. Hope, patience, and faith. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. 10 years ago, 5 years ago, less than a year ago, I would have never dreamed I would be talking about church, about religion, about spirituality. After all, I was the person who sat by while you and the kids would go to church on Sundays. Now when I think of those days, when I drive past a church parking lot full of vehicles, I can't think of anything but getting in the car and being with you three, the people I should have been with all along. When I go to church now, I do it partly because it comforts me, and partly because I want to make up for not going with you when I had the chance. Just like the park, church makes me feel close to you and the kids. It's no secret that I had a rough stretch, most of it self-induced, some of it just life's ups and downs. The death of friends and family, my cousin, my uncle, an old friend, even a cat. I lost my job and the normalcy that went with having a job. The routine, the work friends, Clark, Dan, the sense of belonging. I alienated people through my depression and demeanor. I lost people I considered friends. Some cut me loose because of who I was. Others I cut loose because I didn't want to surround myself with the kind of people that were okay with the way I was. Those aren't the kind of people I want to call friends. Many of them were just like me, and that's not something I want to expose myself to ever again. That's not me deflecting blame either. It's me cleaning up my life and starting over. Aside from all those things, the greatest loss I suffered was the loss of you and the kids. You gave me something I never had, all of you. You showed me love, family, and true friendship. You made me a part of your life. For the first time in my life, I belonged. It's a shame I wasn't smart enough to see how much it all meant until it was too late. When I think of the things I want now, my true wish list, it's filled with the things you tried to give me. Love, family, friendship, belonging. Not winning a putt-putt tournament, not watching a basketball game, not hitting the lottery. None of that makes my list. What makes my list are the things I had, the things you gave me. Not many people can say this, but I had my dream. I hit the lottery. All the prayers, the church services, the Bible verses, all those things helped me come to terms with what I'd lost, to live with it, to get better. I owe so much to so many different people. Some I don't even know by name, others I don't know much better. Your dad. Don't worry, I haven't bothered him since we spoke in May, but he helped me a lot in the short amount of time we spent together. Of all the people in the world, he had as much reason as any to hate me, to not want to speak with me or look at me. He put that aside and gave me his time. The things he said resonated with me and still do. When we prayed together, that was the first time I'd ever done that. I'll never forget that day, and I could never thank him enough. There are many people who helped me in one way or another. Random strangers at church when I'd sit in the back and just listen. They all gave me a smile, made me feel welcome, shook my hand. They didn't care where I'd come from, what kind of person I'd been. It didn't matter. Strangers at the park, the ones who would see me jogging or walking or sitting and reading, who went out of their way to say hello or just wave. Mostly, though, I need to thank you. Thank you for opening my eyes, for allowing me to see what I was, for giving me the courage and strength to want to change. You, it's all because of you. So am I now the person who used religion and church when it was convenient, when I needed it? Am I that guy? In a way, I guess I am. But I'm also the guy that will repay that debt by trying to do the right thing from here on out, by trying to live life the way it should be lived, by enjoying the simple things, by offering someone else a smile, an ear to listen, or a shoulder to cry on when they need it most. When I was down, praying helped. Being in a church, among others, helped. It all helped. I'm more appreciative of things now, more aware. Trivial things mean more to me than they ever did. Silly things like the scenery, trees, flowers, the sun. Things most people take for granted, things I took for granted. I notice and enjoy now. I understand the value of true friendship, of special moments. I try to soak it all in, to see the world around me. In some ways, I'm still ashamed of myself, still so mad at me. But I'm not alone. I have this newfound spirituality when I need it. I have something to turn to if life ever gets dark again. I have peace.